Okay, I thought it was about time to tell you a little bit more about the Indian FTR rally. Um, I've been having a bit of a quandary with myself. I don't know whether it's that I love it so much because it's really a superb motorbike, or because I just like motorcycles. But I've decided actually it's the bike itself. Um, I don't think I say it's a bike for the faint-hearted, particularly the rally version, as opposed to the road version. Doesn't have traction control. Obviously, it has ABS. That's a legal requirement. But the traction control does make a little bit of difference if you're not used to it, because it puts so much power. I think it's about 124 brake horsepower through the rear wheel, which can be a bit unruly, especially in damp weather or a little bit of mud on the road or something like that. So you have to be very careful of it. I'm quite glad that I've had it for a couple of weeks now, because it's given me a chance to actually get used to it and have more confidence in myself on it. The bike obviously will do everything. It will go round corners far faster than I'll ever go around them. So I think it's got plenty of performance for you guys out there who want to race it hard or gun it everywhere. And perfectly adequate performance for my style of riding, which I don't think is necessarily slow, but it's also not the fastest in the world either. Handles beautifully. It's very, very well balanced bike. I haven't ridden the road version, but I quite like to try it out. This one is slightly taller, so I can't flat foot totally on either side. After a while, obviously, it's not so necessary anymore because you get used to the bike, used to controlling it. But at the outset, it's probably quite important. As far as inside leg measurement, I think I'm about a 30-inch inside leg, so I can flat foot comfortably on one side without shifting too far in the saddle, but I couldn't do both sides. I'm slightly off. So if you're a little bit shorter than me, not really a problem. Depends on how important that sort of thing is to you. The centre of gravity is quite low. This isn't actually the fuel tank. It obviously looks like one, but the fuel tank is a lot lower. So it means that actually when you've got a full tank of fuel, that again, the weight is lower for you. One of the things I really like about this bike is that it comes stunning as standard. It's not like most motorbikes these days. You have to buy everything else to put on it. Okay, I could get picky and say some people have said the mirrors aren't all that pretty. This isn't that pretty. That isn't pretty. Well, personally, I disagree. I think it's a great bike, and I also think it sounds stunning straight out of the box, which means you haven't got to go out and spend another £1,500 on an exhaust. If I can start it. Of course, we've got the side stand down. Another rookie mistake from out and about on Indian Scout. Let's try again. And hope that we don't go flying off anywhere. Gives you an idea. You get a much nicer sound when you're on the road, and you get that popping in overrun, which sounds really good. What else can I tell you? The Pirelli tyres actually grip really well for, I'm not sure what the percentage off-road day is, but they've got a good off-road handling as well. I've not really pushed it in wet weather, but certainly on tarmac, as long as you're not winding the throttle open on a corner where it's a little bit gravelly, it sticks like proverbial stuff to a blanket. You all know what I mean. Comes with a fairly good specification as standard. Cruise control, which is nice. It is a fuel gauge, and the reason I mention that, some of you will laugh, but the Scout doesn't have a fuel gauge, so you're forever zeroing it. It's quite a juicy engine as far as fuel consumption is concerned. I think I'm getting round about 40 to the gallon, 45 to the gallon, something like that. Whereas the Tiger and the BMW that I've got both return 55 to 60 to the gallon, so it's quite a bit of difference. But out performance, you know, that's what you're going to get with it. You can't have both worlds. Bringing me on to the BMW and the Tiger, is it as good as a BMW? Yeah, I think actually it's a better bike. It's more comfortable to ride. It has more handleable performance. A lot of people love BMW R9s because of the boxer engine. I do. That's one of the reasons I bought it. But the V-twin, in my humble opinion, is a better engine. Compared to the Tiger, well, the Tiger wins out on long journeys because it's so much more comfortable and the ability to carry so much more as far as panniers and everything else is concerned. But I guess you're not necessarily buying, well, you're not buying this as an adventure bike, you're buying this as an out and out fun bike. And if that's what you want, that's what you're going to get. It really is. I cannot recommend it enough. Would I buy one? Yeah, in a minute. Or a new minute, or in a second, or whatever the phrase is that you want to use. Yes, definitely I would. I'm not sure at the moment whether I'm in a position to do that with what I'm contemplating as far as the travel away from civilization, as it were. The jury's out for me on that at the moment, and that's not anything to do with the capabilities of the bike, but we'll see, and we'll come to that later. I don't want to get into all the technical stuff. Other people do that. They can tell you all about how it works and what it does, etc., etc. All I want to say is, if you like the look of it and you like the feel of it when you test ride it, buy one. By God, it's a good motorcycle.